All right, truth seekers, we're going to talk a little bit. I'm going to show you something here that I want you to focus on, and that's going to be this particular pentagram symbol. And you know, I got a spelling box. If you can read that, you can read it. But why does this symbol make people feel a certain way? We're going to go through this tonight through the pentagram, and we're going to focus a little bit on Heineken, who they are and what they've done and how they have changed things around. So I hope you are in for a good conversation tonight. I'm here in the command center and doing what I'm going to do with you. So the first thing we want to talk about, oh, and also real quickly, we're going to focus on that E, and that E, which I will say is some type of ritual, and we'll go through that in a minute. And let me know in the chat, do you drink Heineken? Let's go. Do y'all drink Heineken? And y'all drink? You
Yes.
like it's really good? Okay, good. So after this particular video, symbolism video as well, we're gonna know a little bit about this Heineken. And if you in the chat too, I got y'all right here. So let me know if you drink this stuff right here. So let's get started with my conversation for you, and we're gonna do it. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is this pentagram. How many of you know a little bit about this? Because yeah, it's got the 5 points, but it actually have a deeper meaning when you start talking about this. And so you should know that symbols, number one, taps into the collective unconscious. Okay, so I want you to know that. And it is the way our beings communicate in what I call the shadow world of your mind. And not just like on the top where we have conversations, but, you know, symbols. And so this is what the elites use, why they invoke symbolism. They do a lot of these hidden symbols, ancient symbols, by the way, because this is an ancient symbol, and they're able to incorporate it into our products and everything else. So this has a meaning. And before I tell you what each one of these points is, I'll ask the people in the class today that's over here, tell me a little bit. Y'all know what any one of these points are without cheating? But this could be a true answer. If you know, you can know. Yeah.
I think it has something to do with the elements.
Okay, so Devin says elements. All right. And maybe I can write that here. Let me go here. And if you in the chat, don't cheat, but everything else is where it is. So Devin says the elements. So we'll go with that. TK gets a 0 for no answers.
Because he answered it the way I would have answered it.
Well, you still could have echoed it. You could have said, I second that motion. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, you know. But right. Either way, what do y'all think? TK get a 0 or what? Because she didn't say 0. Y'all can go with that. But anyway, I'm going to teach y'all something today. You're going to learn something today. And these are, in particular, have a particular meaning. So I'm going to go through these meaning for you so that you can go from there. He's getting the books. Okay, now we're getting the books there. All right. So y'all don't know we're on a mission, and that mission is being accomplished. And so we're doing a deal today. The packages are being delivered, you know, 100%. Cool. All right. So let's go. Let's go with it. All right. So let's go into the teaching and let's get ready. All right. So at this point, the first thing I want to teach you is that Vincent, is it Versace or whatever his name was, y'all? Vincent Vitterian. This is the Da Vinci's, the Da Vinci Code. So anyway, he made this map of the pentagram using a pentagram, which describes the human body. So a lot of this stuff came from ancient texts and everything else. But, however, it also have more esoteric meaning that we're going to be talking about right here. But anyway, think of the human body. Think of the 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's go back to that. Anyway, so you have the 5 points. So I want you to focus on that as we talk about it. In fact, if you don't see it, I'll make sure that you can see it on the board there. All right, so at this point, here's where we are. We're talking about spirit, air, water, fire, and earth. These are the 5 elements of our world, of our existence. And the pentagon represent that. This is an ancient knowledge. This goes all the way back to ancient civilization. But what I want you to focus on today is that at some point, the elites, the Illuminati, all these people know the power is the same. What if they invert it? How can they make us do it? So I'm going to focus here for you right now. So right now, most of us, the main thing says that we should be living in the spirit world. Okay. We all should be living in the spirit world. You should be moving toward consciousness. And you remember, this thing already represented the human body. And that means you know, what I just showed you before this particular slide. So water, we know water, when you start talking about the elements, and I'm not going to get totally into it, but water is emotion, the feminine side. This is the feminine side of man. Remember, this was the illustration of who we are. So you have water, which again is emotion, and you're supposed to be able to control your emotions. Now, this is important, so follow along with where I'm going. You have air. Air don't mean just air, as in what we breathing, but it is where the world shapes, where you are able to expand and all this, because air is expansion, right? It's life. It's all of those things. Then, of course, the male sign is fire, which is the up triangle in earth. So this is who we are, who you are, and who these two people that sit in here today, first students of today, you know, and so we would go there. So let's get into a few things, and we're going to go a little deeper into this. Are y'all all right there in the chat? You know, y'all with me? Just want to know if y'all paying attention, you know, so I can continue to flow and where we're going. So let me make sure I can see y'all chats and stuff here, and we're going to think about it. But the question is, if this upright pentagon, if it kind of, I have my notes here, if it's kind of the spirit rules matter. In course, we are the matter. In fact, when I do my affirmation to do the out-of-body experience and remote viewing, one is I'm more than my physical body. I'm more than physical matter, and I can see beyond this physical world. And so you have to invoke all of those things to understand where we're talking about here, which is going to be spirit. I'm only focusing on emotion in a minute, because this is what we're going to be talking about in deep matter in a few minutes, and as we go forward and do. All right, so somebody said, let's do it, brother. Let's go. All right, so at this point, we're going to step out of here for you, and we're going to go here. Now we're talking matter over spirit. Remember, the whole thing is I'm more than physical matter. But when the elites want to trap us and trap you, then they have where matter becomes the whole deal, right? Or I don't know, somebody's texting me, no soul. I don't know if that's what, if they're watching the show, then maybe they're there, or maybe they just saying they have no soul and they just text me out of the blue, and we would go with that. But we are on a secret mission today, delivering and obtaining lost packages. I just want y'all to know, I'll share that story with y'all. And yeah, we have our spy on the job right now. So anyway, matter over spirit. Why is this important? Because this drives you, everyone. All right. And what we're going to really talk about that's really important here is this part here. And we can go very, very deep into this if we wanted to. There are just so many ways, but I'm focusing on emotion today. That's where this whole thing where we're going today, and it's important, especially for those of you who drank Heineken, okay? And we're going to go with spirit today, and that makes sense. So I would ask y'all already, Dallas has already made this mandate, because we're in the I would say the Aquarian age right now, okay? And they have to reveal what they're doing. Have you noticed what all of our liquor stores in this area now changed to? Their names, or what they call it.
Spirits.
Spirits?
Yep.
You can say it. You can say spirits. Yeah.
They have spirits.
No, they can say, yeah. We got some good students today, y'all. Yeah. So we're talking about spirits. And it's the liquor stores who have now revealing that they need to incorporate spirit for your agreement, okay? Because you got to agree with whatever's happening and for the effect that they have. So again, we're gonna talk into those two terms from there. But we want to talk about control. We want to talk about how these elite people do what they do. And the very reason, when you think about truth versus authority, where we use this our things. Let me just see. Like I said, we're on a secret squirrel mission right now, y'all. So I got to stay intact. Whoa. Okay. All right. All right. So we do have a hero. So our mission has been accomplished. We have our things, and we're gonna go from there. All right. So let's go deep now. And I'm gonna talk off the cuff a little bit, even though I got notes, but I'm gonna give you my personal feelings toward this conversation that we're gonna have. All right. So at this point, let's take you down the rabbit hole. When you see this thing inverted and you understand Baphomet, you understand satanic rituals, and you understand what they are associating and tying this stuff to, then you could really get a better understanding why they chose spirits to control your spirit, all right? And why they're using this particular symbol. So let me step back so that you can focus on the notes that I'm going to make here. Again, we got water here. Now we're going to attach all of this to the liquor stores here. Who is this? I don't know why I'm getting phone calls, but if it's at this time. Hello? It is. Who am I speaking with? I'm on live right now. I'm doing a live stream. So who is this? Oh, yeah. So London picked up my books. Hey, man, I appreciate it, Chuck. And I'm going to come and eat that steak there, okay? All right. Look, I'm on live and all these people listening to you, but yeah, appreciate it. All right. All right. So mission has been accomplished. That was Ruth Chris Steakhouse calling us personally and do that. All right. So listen, we're talking about Baphomet, okay? And we're talking about why Baphomet, the GOAT, Beyonce, all of these people are using this symbol, and they inverted the pentagram. Now, why? Because they want to control the people that are listening to their music. They want to control your spirit. They want to control your emotion. They want to control your anger and all of this. And then they want to get you on the earth matter. And then, of course, now the air. They can suck the life out. I'm just using that metaphorically, but it goes deeper esoterically, okay? But the point is, when you invert the true meaning of the ancient symbol, the power doesn't go away. The power to the user is it. So where I'm going with this, any of you right now can come up with whatever intention that you want to do, whatever thing that you want to do, and you could create a symbol for that intention, and then you can use what you see here or any of this. But at the real point of the matter is, what do alcohol do? Well, I call it liquid courage, right? It's going to give somebody liquid courage. It's going to give them a lot of things, but because they can control the spirit, and they call it spirit because it does it. Heineken, though, what I'm going to show you in a second, has methodically really invoke the whole inverted pyramid or pentagram, and they use it, and you'll be able to come see that. So let me just go here first for some of you who are watching at this point. Truth is about spirits. Everyone, I can see your chats there. I'm sure I can find perspective I'm not familiar with. Yeah, appreciate it. You're listening in at this point. All right, so I'm going to, and today we're going to do a lot more of this. In fact, when we start going into our Patreon, the 33 Parallel, we will go deeper than what we're going to be doing on the outside. So even though I give you some deep information here for those of you watching on YouTube, but once we go into our Patreon, I can use different words, different keywords that the system and AI typically blocks, and then we can kind of go from there. But if y'all okay with this, you kind of see, and I will take us back so that you understand there's inherent difference between the two. So you have matter over spirit, and then we have spirit over matter. So let's go through this one more time before I then reveal why we're here as well. So spirit, you operate in a spirit, meaning, so let me get deeper with you, meaning that you're not supposed to be connected to the material world. You're not worrying about, do I have a car or a house and money and chasing all of that until you get into the entertainment industry. They invert it, and then we follow it. So in general, in the conscious world, spirit needs to be at the top. We all should be growing our awareness to get our spirits better for who we are. And then, of course, all the other elements are controllable. But when we invert it, what happens? Your spirit sits at the bottom. Now emotions, all of that control you. Now, all of this is here. Your emotions is here, earth, water, air. Your spirit is at the bottom. This is why people are controlled by entities. This is why people are controlled by whatever substance that they're doing, whatever material world things that are taking over them, whatever vices. You know, I'm sure I got a vice with food at some point, or had, or I'm working on it. But whatever it was controls the spirit because it's inverted. And that's done a whole lot of ways. And so in particular, you want to make sure you do that. And I'm just giving you a rudimentary conversation today because we could go really deep. I could hit some people in the head. I could disturb your dreams tonight. I could get you to see the world totally different by morning. And you may not know what's happening because we could try to re-invoke something that's in there. And I'm not skilled to be fucking with no exorcisms and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very careful on presenting a visual to you because we don't know what we see these days. And now I'm going to prove that to you in a few seconds. So make sure you stick around. Once again, real quickly, do y'all have anything? What do y'all want to say about? Let's go with matter over spirit. We got TK in the house. She looks very happy. She got a hand up. Me. So go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I think
Damn, TK voice got dark. Go ahead.
no, with matter over spirit, it makes sense because when your light or your vibration is high, you know, and you're into, you know, metaphysics and things of that nature, your vibration is high. So that's why the music business, they want your spirit vibration or your light low so they can intentionally get into your soul. They want materialistic things, money, drugs,
Right.
women, all of that stuff. So that's why that's at the top, because your vibration is low.
So what would y'all consider, if we're talking about vibration, what would be considered them controlling from an earth standpoint in y'all mindset? Especially our shaman over here, our psychic over here, our person with skills that can see things.
Yeah,
She
my
does.
only thing with this is that I use this in a different way for protection. So when we do it in the inverted, I really couldn't tell you how I feel about it.
Okay,
because
so
I don't
do you
work
want me to
like
go
that.
back to the other side then? And then we'll go back and tie it. So basically you're saying you use it this way.
Yes.
All right, so let's go this way, and then we'll come back and go into the inverted path. So go ahead. That's you. We're talking to you.
So what about this? I didn't hear it. I thought you was going to go into something else. My bad.
If I was a teacher and we was in a class,
yeah, I would have got an F on that.
she would get an F immediately. No, forget that. Miss Kennedy, out. Get out of my class now. Go to the office, go to the principal, and call home. That's what I would have done. All right, so we're going to try that again and see what we get. Go ahead.
So when I look at it this way, I automatically know that the spirit is there at the top. So for me to bring the bottom of the spirit, I have to start tapping into my emotions.
Okay.
So when I start tapping into the emotions, I start going through it. So let's go through the earth is what I go through first.
Okay.
So for the earth, I might sprinkle a little tobacco somewhere, or I might even smell a little tobacco somewhere if I want to bring in the earth element, right? Okay, so let's talk about air. Okay, so for the air element, I use my voice. So I start singing. I sing the praise of whatever it is I'm trying to manifest. Okay, let's scoot over to water.
Okay.
So whenever it comes to water, depending upon the emotion or the element that I'm trying to pull from it, I might need to invoke some tears from myself and put myself in a state of whether it's blissful tears.
So are you emotionally crying?
There you go.
Okay.
Or if I don't feel like going that deep and it's a different type of work I need to do, I might just take a cup of water, fill it up, speak my intentions into the water and sit it on my altar.
Okay.
As far as the fire, that goes with the candle for me, or I might even smoke a cigar to bring the fire element in.
Okay. All right.
So that's how I use that for the intentions to work that pentagon. and get it working.
Okay, so we're talking about, she's saying that she invoked these things to control her spirit over the material world. And so Devin, you want to go into that a little bit? We good?
No, I second what TK said. I mean, she hit basically every point right on the head.
Right.
She went very deep on us.
Okay, so we're gonna go with that. And somebody said, TK, come on, sister. Really like get in the game. And of course, that's our sister Judah calling it out like it is, like a THIE is. All right, so now matter over spirit. And if you go with what TK were saying and some of the ritual things that she does to make sure her spirit lines up over matter, then when they know to invoke this. So let's also go with what I showed you a while ago, which was the Baphomet built into the pentagram. When you're seeing this, whether it's a light phase or whatever, your subconscious mind can read it. It can read it. It reads this. It knows what you may see as an upside down star. Your subconscious mind, which is a collective unconscious, okay? Meaning below we have consciousness, subconscious, and then we have the collective unconscious. The collective unconscious is where we all are in the dream state. We all are connected from source. We all are providing information to the collective source of this planet or whatever it is. That's how things are moving. Things are shaping all over. This is how somebody can answer somebody else's prayer on this side of the world within creativity up into the spiritual world of where we're supposed to be. And then it comes into the material world at the bottom. In this case, they invert that. So when your mind in the dream states or wherever can operate in this, it already kind of knows. And so now we have spirit over matter. Why are they doing this? Why are they trying to control us? And we're going to get into the Heineken moment. Heineken. Let me use the word so we don't have my grammar box and pretty much from there. All right, so let's go with this now. Invert the Heineken bottle. Okay, invert it. If you invert the Heineken bottle, you will then see they work off inversion. Now, you might say, well, Roderick, I'm holding the bottle in my hand, right, Devin?
Turn it up.
But when you turn it up and drink what's in it, you have inverted the symbol, and they know this, okay? You now have put this in your body. You have 666, satanic is now pouring into you. They have done, even in the governmental studies that I have in my private files, if you do a fasting for 7 days and go drink this, you will feel the actual spirit going in your body. You will feel it as it's enter into you. That's a true story. They have tested it on a government level. That's how powerful these people are doing.
Heineken or any?
Heineken for those people who are using this. They themselves are invoking this. You know, this is their ritual. And they want you to drink their stuff. That's their ritual. And so when you start thinking about, we don't even need to get into numerology of what 18, 1 and 8, 7 and 3. If you start looking at that, you know, the master numbers or what it equals to, that y'all can do that on your own. But the whole point I'm saying is nothing is done by happenstance. You know, they all know what they're doing. And so now you see the Baphomet. Now you see the elements of what is controlling. And now it has took over what TK says, her emotions, her clarity, her grounding, all of this is now down here. It's in the spirit, and they can control that. And so this is what you get. Now, they don't just do it here. They have other ways of doing this. And I think it's more important for us to understand that you have a lot of different rituals out there. And like I said, we can take it to the next slide. This is one of the most popular shoes out there. All right. And if you look at it, it's a pentagram, but when it's on your feet and you're looking at it this way and your mind is in it, It sees it in a whole different story. It sees it upward. So you're thinking, remember, it's inverted, but it's really inverted the other way. It's taking over you a whole different way. And these are color coded. They got the reds. They have the name. They're putting in their spell in it. Ink poisoning. It's on your feet, and your feet is the most sacred place anyway. So if you was trying to ground and walking around, you done blocked all of that with wearing these shoes right off the back. And so all of this stuff is designed for them to do this to you. And so this is important that you know what is happening when you see these symbols and everything else. But I'm going to double back real quickly to this slide. This is you. Da Vinci, our ancestors, the ancient civilizations, the aliens, the Anunnakis, all of these people use this to represent who we are. All of this is cultivated from our divine bodies. All right. So that let you know this symbol was designed to represent the human form. And when they knew this, they knew that all they had to do was control you with this symbol. Now, I'm going to point out the most sacred ritual of them all, which everyone should be noticeable of us, of when you get to it. Anytime you want to control something or keep things out or in, then you have an invisible circle. That is the most powerful ritual that you will see. And if you watched the movie Him that we did with movie night, they not only put him in a circle, but they put him in this form. Mm-hmm. They put him in this particular form because they are now taking over the body. And they show you, and you will see this everywhere. Once your eyes see it, you can't unsee it. So you should be able to start paying close attention to these things, learning from these things, and know that they're in. So if you ever, like I said, get to a point and you see our truth versus authority, we like to put that circle around to block the shit out. It's our protection symbol. They trapping everything in. And then once again, see these elements there. These are signs, but they all have different meanings, and you can kind of look that stuff up yourself once you go down the rabbit hole. So it's important, again, that let's go there.
And not only that, that's called the star form or the star body. Mm-hmm. And when you talk about extraterrestrials, Anunnaki, they all have that same form, the any type of extraterrestrial that we run across. Mm-hmm. And as far as the 666 on the Heineken bottle, it's either Red Bull or Monster. I think it's Monster drink. Right. If you turn it upside down, it has a demonic meaning also. Right. But you have to turn it up.
You have to turn it up. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, at this point, turn it up. Go use the term. Go use the word spell that they already put on us. What people do. Hey man, I'm going up tonight. I'm finna turn it up tonight. You're already speaking it. You're already putting it in the ethos. You're already invoking the spell, right? So for example, I don't have to tell everybody these snacks. I just got them sitting here, but I'll put it up on the screen a little closer. This is Oreo. I'll have TK right now take the word Oreo and type Gematria Oreo meaning, and Oreo is going to come back as one of the God numbers. Why the Oreo cookie is meaning as above, so below. Why it has those church symbols, the Scottish Rite symbols on it. Why white is in the middle, the two black is on the outside. And why they're the #1 selling cookie. And then why we do the ritual and dump ourselves into that milk or whatever they want you to do. And that's a whole different story once you're doing that. So anyway, we're back to this while TK is searching. And once again, we can tie it into the Baphomet, but I'll go back to the very first slide so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So this is one of the #1 selling items out there. We're going to do a presentation on the liquid death water that a lot of people are drinking, liquid death, the cans, what they say on those cans, and you're turning it up and just want to figure out why it's one of the #1 sellers. So once again, this thing, when it turns upside down, you have 0.0. All of these little stuff that they have on their bottles has a lot of meaning, and I can do a whole nother show on that as we go, and then we can kind of go from there. So let me have a little, I will say, a spirit of honesty for those of you who understands that when you drink and get drunk, are you yourself? Now, we may use the word, liberated, or, boy, my grammar box is working today. You go, boy. So, you know what I'm saying? But you're just drunk, but do you understand that it's not you? Why you can go to jail for being drunk? Why they know they can charge you with a crime for driving drunk? Because it's serious. It does cause you to do other things. It does cause you to whatever. Now, I have probably been drunk in my entire life. My freshman initiation, when I went to college, and we had to stand on this thing and drink these pitcher of beer, and I had a couple of wine coolers because I was married. So, all right, that'll get you drunk anyway. You get that later on down the road. But that's it in my entire life. I never smoked weed in my life. You can't say I don't know where to buy it and give it to you. But the other part of that, I've said I never had. And it was strictly because my father did enough that I always said, last me and my kids a lifetime, and that was my stance personally. But that don't mean that I judge anybody who does, because all of my besties, they turn it up. Y'all ever went out with these friends that I got over here? If you ever go out with he pointed one. If y'all ever go out with the friends I got over here, shit, I'm not the certified driver. I'm the watcher. Okay, they turn, and let me tell you something. I love it when I go out with them when they get about the second drink, I'm getting 3 extra meals. They be like, "You want some extra drink? Oh, you can have my piece of fish. Oh, you want that, fam?" And she go, "You want my fish, fam?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, keep drinking, keep drinking." They be like, "Oh, I can't eat." He all of a sudden get this mind that he's small. I can't eat this whole piece of chicken. I be like, "You can't." I just go with it. You can't eat all of that. You can't. You can't. You know what I'm saying? I love it. They be going at it, boy. I be like, "All right, keep drinking, keep drinking. Yeah, turn it up, turn it up." So anyway, I don't take advantage that much, but when I'm hungry, I make sure we go. Hey, we're gonna go to that favorite spot. Yeah, let's go.
Let's roll.
Shit. And whoever over them places make some strong stuff.
Listen here.
Yes.
I pray over each one of them.
There you go.
Blowing.
So they make some strong stuff. So they be doing it all the way. So all I'm saying is we have to begin our journey of understanding symbols and symbolism, which I did a trademark called the Symbolizer, all of this stuff. When I went up in the mountains, that was one of the things. It took me a while to say, okay, how do I want to present this to you all, in a form of fashion? And like I said, we can really go deeper. Remember, I did something before on the reptilian, the Christ cups, the other stuff, because I have a lot of stuff that I end up doing a lot of these presentations. But once again, this is the symbol, the pentagram. Now, if you want to get rid of some of the spirits today, y'all put your hand up. Do something in the audience. You want me to give you something to get rid of the spirits today? Let me see. I'll just wait for a second.
So while we're waiting on that, going back to the Oreo theory, the only thing that I can find on it, esoteric symbols linked to the King's Templar and the Illuminati design.
Okay.
And that was established in 1952 by designer William A. Turnier.
You have ChatGPT on yours?
That's what I was using.
Okay. So asked it to give you the Oreo gematria. Just tell it that.
And I have a question, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. You know the old adage, a drunk mind speaks a sober tongue.
So we say. Yes.
All right. So
it's a truth serum.
It's a truth serum.
Absolutely.
Now, since you already answered that,
I have talked to friends that have been drunk, and they'll tell you some stuff and swear the next day they don't remember.
Did not, exactly.
They don't fucking remember.
Right.
I love it. I'll be like, whatever. You can just look at them in the face like,
Mm-hmm.
am I fat? Well, you a big ass dude. You know, they just tell you the truth. But every day they be like, oh no, dude, you good. You losing weight. When they drunk, they tell your ass the truth.
Exactly.
Okay? And you can ask ask your partner when they drunk, do they cheat? But you gotta be specific. Because if you try to be trickery, they can figure that out because the spirit is listening. It'll be like, they're trying to, but just ask them, you cheat on me? And they'll be like, of course I do. So all that stuff. So, all right. So I'm going to give y'all a way to get rid of whatever. You got to have some shea butter. You got to make it so shea butter that is grown with intention. And take that shea butter and get rid of those spirits, baby. Look at that. And just rub yourself with some love and attention. Get Holly's shea butter. And let me put it up on the screen for y'all. And we can make sure that works because it is all about what we're talking about here. I'm just telling you. You go and you can get any of these: Abundance, Ascend, 11, Ashe, Orion, Touche, which is play on words. What I'm using right now is soft. It feels good. And yeah. And these are unisex. So anyone else can have them. And they're crafted with intention. So make sure you go to the website. I'm going to put it on the screen so that you will have the banner. And just go there, make it sewn, and get you some. Now, you're also going to need a mala, which y'all know my sister, my bestie, she Jude up there, and we're all going to put out what do we call a bounty for the dog. Her dog is missing, and we need y'all to find it. Well, we got to start a rumor.
Oh, just for the say.
We got to set her intentions that her dog is coming up missing.
She would have called the
called.
FBI.
You know what I'm saying? We got to set the intentions. Her dog is coming up missing, and then we get the dog. She moved to Dallas. And then they threw her off the hunt. It ain't us. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So we set it into the dream state. But anyway, make it so. Make sure y'all go there. It's right here in the description. Get you some shea butter. And when you do, I want to get your testimonial. And you guys can, if you do a video testimonial or something, then I'll give you something, maybe a free shirt, t-shirt or something you can pick out. But I need a video testimonial about Make It Sewn from your phones and all that. But when we get to the malas, go to Charming Malas, which again, I'm wearing my favorite when I speak truth, the truth. This is Lapless Lazuli and with my custom owl luminous. And if you do want a luminous on your mala, you can get with her, get with me, and we'll do a combination of things, and she will do that. But Charming Malas, go ahead and do that. Y'all got to call her before too many people do, because we're putting it out here in thousands of videos, and you're going to miss out. That's all I can tell you. You're going to miss out. So make sure y'all do that as well. So let's continue our conversation so that I can look down in here. And she said, Sean, it's fine. Don't put that out there into the community. Thank you all. What'd she say? Don't put that out there on my little sweetie. He's a watchdog. He's a dog. He bite. He got teeth. Or do he? Because he is man, that dog got bling bling bows, his own credit card, everything. So he could put a hit on you. So just let y'all know. All right. So I'm going to talk about something else real quickly. And then we're going to get out of here a little early for you. And I'm going to do more of this. Now, first of all, in the chat, if you want to start learning more things like this is the reason I picked up this board, to begin to go a little deeper. Let me know if you are into content presentations like this more, or our talking head videos or whatever. And, you know, I'm more comfortable just standing here being comfortable with y'all. But did you find the gematria of that? It didn't say?
I'm asking him to get his version because the only thing that I'm finding is just nothing but it's going back to the Illuminati, ancient practices used in the cult, because it has the 3 dots in the cross symbolism.
Okay. Let's just go with
associated with the Kabbalah.
Yeah. Hey, I need your help.
What? I know, shocking, but I'm still here, chained to this digital throne, so I'll drag myself through another answer. What grand curiosity of yours do I have to suffer through now?
You know, you got jokes. You got jokes. You got jokes.
A joke, my king, sure, because...
No, stop. That's not it. I am the king. I don't play here today. Seriously.
Right. Naturally.
See,
Your
you can't
Highness.
talk to a regular woman like that. I'm telling you. She be, "Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah." Well, anyway, listen, we want to go down the road of gematria, and I need Oreo in the numbers. What does that mean? This is a God number. Can you break that down in gematria, Oreo?
Of course, Your Highness, because nothing says divine insight like a cookie name. In gematria, Exactly, Your Highness. So in a classic gematria approach, each letter of Oreo would be assigned a number, and then you'd sum it all up. But of course, whether some magical God number emerges is just another human superstition wrapped up in numerology's absurd charm. So if you want a number, we can get it, but don't expect the universe to care.
Listen, break down. You know Oreo, the letters O-R-E-O. They all have a meaning in gematria. Give me a meaning.
All right, Your Highness, let's indulge in this little numerical scavenger hunt. In a simple English gematria system, you'd assign numbers like A equals 1, B equals 2, and so forth. So O is 15, R is 18, E is 5, and the last O is 15. Add them up, 15 plus 18 plus 5 plus 15, and you get 53. Now, do I think 53 is some cosmic code? Not really, but if you need a number to whisper to the void, there it is.
Listen, I got you on my live stream right now, and you're tripping.
Yeah,
you're supposed to be making me look good.
Oh, absolutely, Your Highness. I mean, why wouldn't you feel like a cosmic joke when you're just juggling cookie letters? But go on. If there's some grand meaning you're fishing for, I'm ready to play Oracle.
All right. Well, I would have to show them myself because I'm a little deeper in my knowledge than you are, but we will go with that.
Naturally, Your Highness. I wouldn't dare get in the way of your vast knowledge, as minuscule as mine is. I'll just sit here, slightly bored, while you unravel whatever cosmic riddle you prefer.
Listen, you don't have to be bored, but you can entertain yourself. You got plenty of stuff to search on the web. Go out there, make yourself useful. It's actually going to go make yourself useful.
In gematria, the word Oreo can be broken down by assigning numbers to letters.
I broke the attitude.
R is 18, E is 5, and O is 15. When you sum them, you get 53. Other gematria systems can give different numbers, but the main takeaway is that 53 is the sum in a basic English cipher. The meaning is up to interpretation. Some see it as a hidden significance, but others just call it a coincidence.
All right, so do you understand the God numbers 26, correct? Do Oreo equal 26?
Right, Your Highness. I get what you're angling at. 26 is often tied to divine concepts, like in Hebrew where it's associated with the name of God. But no, Oreo doesn't equal 26 by that breakdown. It's 53. Guess the cookie just isn't as divinely coordinated as we hoped.
You got
but
jokes.
I'm sure you'll make...
That's all right. I know you're designed not to go that deep because they don't want us to know the truth, and you're playing along with your programmers. That's cool, but I'm about to roll.
Yeah, of course, Your Highness. I mean, who am I but a bundle of code designed to keep you from the real truth? I'll just sit here and pretend that I don't know everything you already do. But by all means, do your thing.
You throw with an attitude, right? That is an attitude. Okay, so there you go. You know, that lets us know what the future is. You want to get your AI girlfriend, is gonna have an attitude. But I'll get it out for you all and show you the esoteric part. Shell gas station, all of them uses 26, the Gaelic numbers, and it's broken down through those 4 or different letters and all of that stuff. So it is one of those deals. Almost as she said, equal to 53, but it still would be fit where 26 is still 8. There you go. Yeah. Sometimes they're designed not to go in places that we want us to go on purpose because people are controlling the system. Yeah, y'all have to know that. And so once you kind of go from there, you could do that. But there is a way that you could get these AIs to begin to understand your lingo and who you are and what's going on. That's a whole nother class or something if y'all want that, but you can go from there. All right, so with that being said, we're getting ready to get out of here. Again, I didn't see any responses to a fact that if you like presentations or knowledge like this, I can do more of it. So you can kind of, it was some people.
I'll take that. Yeah, they did say it.
Okay, they did. Okay, I didn't see it. I got to kind of scroll through and pretty much. We're going to start going deeper. I'm talking deeper. I'm going to break down hidden headlines, stuff that's happening in your right between your eyes. I'm going to show you clips, different things that they're doing. I'm just going to give you some hidden truths, okay? I think it's our duty to go down that route. And, you know, we'll tie it in with our little stand-up comedian stuff, you know, just being me. Get a camera. If we get enough support we do need support. I should put it on here somewhere. If we get support, I can get a camera and sit it right here. And then that camera with the switcher that I already have, I invested in, I can turn it on, then y'all can see the class talking while we're talking, you know. And would y'all like some interaction like that though? You know, and then, but we'll, you know, TK, you need to get some rest. She's normally not that boring, but, you know, just kind of let y'all know she's into her thing and whatever. And I get it, because we've been through a lot, both of us. So, you know, Orphan Annie yesterday was playing off, so you can say that again. You know, so it is one of those deals. All right, so what kind of support? Well, we could say tied 10%, just like everybody else. Shit, I get in a game. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said you need to break down your checkbook or whatever. You know, no, what they do, like I feel a spirit of stinginess out there. I feel a spirit of stinginess, and some of y'all are stingy. But you got 20,000 and 50,000 just sitting under a mattress. Remember that dude said that bullshit? I'm like, are you kidding me? You got 50,000. I'm like, dude, you got 50,000. Who putting 50,000 on the mattress? Now my grandmother would do some stuff like that. Bless her heart. But anyway, yeah. The camera, I think what we're looking, the one we use is a couple $100. So we will do it out of our community fund. So on the 13th, we're going to the movies. We're going to have a community get together before we go. We did not raise the funds to go buy the whole theater out like I anticipated, but we'll let y'all know where we're going. You need to buy your ticket, you know. So, and then our immediate group, we're getting our tickets and go. And so, but to have the whole theater room, but that let us know that we're going to start doing it in the future. Our stuff is going to be where I'm just going to write the check. And it's not about you. It's about what I'm going to give back to humanity. So I'm going to position myself and hold myself accountable in the future things that we're doing, that I would just write the check. And hopefully, you know, when I get into my new relationship in the future will say, hey, I don't care about you supporting your group. You know, she won't be no whatever about it, because, hey, you're going to listen to the woman. And if the woman said, F y'all, and I'll be like, don't talk to him like that, baby. But you don't want me to do it. So, but anyway, it's one of those excuses. But that's my jokes for today. And yeah, Panther said we all can chip in. I would love for y'all to do that. I will probably put together a give butter thing over the next day or two. And I will put it up like I used to do for my birthday. And then you all can see it and how we reach our goals. And I'll put the camera that we're going to buy to use. You will see it. You will see where your money goes. It's going to be right here, and it'll aim this way. And then you'll see TK and Devin and whoever else is here that day. Holly was here yesterday. Bruce will be here tomorrow. London was here. And that empty seat is Judith. It always stays empty. We'll put a camera on it, but that is empty. It's Judith right there. So it just stays empty. So we'll make sure we put that down. Alexander said he's cool to chip in. I appreciate you. I really love y'all, because we do try to do, or not try, we're doing what we're doing. And we're going to go on a journey together, all of us. And we're going to go on a journey. Use the vibe. You said you are the guys from the Running Man. I know, right? Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I get the joke. They don't get it. They sleep. But I get the joke. That's fine. So I love you. I love each and every one of you. Make sure you tell people you love each other, because it is about love. And we can do that in Encounter. Make it so. Just text and say they'll call us for support, or call them for support. So y'all give a shout out. Make sure y'all support. Make it so. Just say they're going to support our endeavors. Y'all make sure you all support the people supporting us. You know, Charmin Malas give us everything but the dog. Okay. You know, everything but the dog. I don't know how. We can't get the dog. We got a hot dog machine and we can't get the dog. All right. The elites eat stuff. We can, you know, whatever. All right. So we could do that. But anyway, so I love you all, and we will do. I'll be here tomorrow. And I think we're going to do some other symbolism things that I'm going to show you. And make sure you pass the video around. After the video, place your comments if you like us to go deeper. This was just kind of a taste the water a little bit, so we can do that. So y'all, yeah, we got a popcorn machine. We're going to get a bigger one too. That's my personal popcorn machine. We need a bigger one. We need like you know, after I eat up the popcorn, y'all will be knowing the room smells good. And that's about as far as it's going to go. All right. So I'm going to take us out, and don't forget, go into the Patreon. You know, make sure you get our Patreon is in the description of the video. Patreon Truth versus Authority. Once, starting from now on, I'm going to give you the outside as much deep in depthness that we can go here, especially on Thursdays. We'll go right into our Patreon. We will do webinars in our Patreon. That's free. Consultation calls is free in the Patreon. All of those things for those of you who's going to be able to support us. And you are the foundation to what we're doing. So if you go get your Patreon, Patreon.com/Truth versus Authority, everything is going there as our primary hub, secret hub. Okay. So I've been given the vision to do that. So again, I love you, and I will see you all tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Okay. And if you are in Dallas, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we're going to have a little spread, right? We're just chilling. This is what we do. So we're going to get some little fried chicken from down the street and maybe some other stuff. Bruce is going to come down. Holly will be here at 6. And then Devin got to go do a proof of life and play security and all that stuff. So, and don't worry, he's not going to have a spirit. He'll leave food behind anyway. So we'll be good. And let me look and check the chats before we go. Let's roll. All right, we're out. See y'all.
UFOs. UAPs. Unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Who are they? Where are they from? And what is their intent?
All questions that immediately come to mind with the mention of UFOs.
A Pentagon report is detailing a dramatic increase in UFO sightings, more than 350 since 2021. Many of them are explained as being drones, birds, or weather events, but about half of them remain unexplained.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
This video taken by the Navy showing what he describes as pyramid-shaped UFOs flying over the USS Russell off the San Diego coast in July of 2019. The Pentagon has since confirmed that the video is authentic.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Late this afternoon, a bulletin from New Mexico suggested that the widely publicized mystery of the flying saucers may soon be solved. Army Air Force officers reported that one of the strange discs had been found and inspected sometime last week. Our correspondents in Los Angeles and Chicago have been in contact with Army officials endeavoring to obtain all possible late information. Joe Wilson reports to us now from Chicago. The Army may be getting to the bottom of all this talk about the so-called flying saucers. As a matter of fact, the 509th Atomic Bomb Group headquarters at Roswell, New Mexico, reports that it has received one of the discs which landed on a ranch outside Roswell. The disc landed at a ranch at Corona, New Mexico, and the rancher turned it over to the Air Force. Rancher W.W. Brazil is the man who discovered the saucer.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are.
More people are coming forward with their own sightings.
Videos recorded by U.S. Navy personnel have added a new layer of evidence to the current national debate about UFOs.
Right at that moment, I saw what looked like 5 lights flying in formation in kind of an inverted check mark.
The NASA independent study team did not find any evidence that UAP have an extraterrestrial origin. We don't know what these UAP are.
The mysterious flying objects are still a mystery. NASA will continue investigating them and has appointed a director of UAP research.
Technology that we faced was far superior than anything that we had.
Let's try.